I recently started playing Limbus Company, and out of all the characters I've met so far, Gregor is probably the one who caught my attention the most. At first, he comes across as this laid-back and reserved guy who doesn't take things too seriously. He jokes around, keeps things casual, and generally doesn't seem like someone who wants to make a big deal out of anything. But the more I saw him interact with people from his past, the more I started noticing something about him. Gregor can be surprisingly distant, especially toward the people who fought alongside him during the war. These are people he clearly has history with, yet he talks to them as if that history doesn't matter anymore. And I don't think that distance comes from hatred or a lack of care. I think part of it comes from guilt. Gregor left his comrades when they were already losing the war, and now many of those same people see him as a traitor. So imagine meeting the people you once fought beside, knowing that they remember you as the person who abandoned them. That's why Gregor keeps his distance, because it's easier to act like you don't care than to face the people who remind you of what you did. But what's interesting is that Gregor's actions don't really match that attitude. Whenever someone actually needs him, that indifference starts to crack. We see this with Yuri. Gregor gives her the gas mask to protect her. And later, when Yuri unfortunately becomes part of the final boss, he hesitates to deliver the finishing blow. That hesitation says a lot to me. Maybe Gregor hesitated because his own experiences made it difficult for him to see Yuri as just a monster. Or maybe it's simpler than that. Part of him still saw the Yuri who had been traveling with them moments before. Either way, he couldn't immediately bring himself to see her as something that needed to be killed. To me, it shows that there's still a lot of compassion underneath that distant attitude. But considering everything Gregor has been through, it's not hard to understand why he might want to keep people at arm's length. He was experimented on against his will by his own mother, physically changed because of it, survived a war, and eventually had most of the people from his past call him a traitor. That's a lot for anyone to carry. Yet Gregor doesn't seem interested in constantly dwelling on it. He seems to have accepted the world as it is and simply wants to move forward. But I don't think moving forward means he's forgotten his past. Maybe he's just learned how to live with it. And that's what makes Gregor so interesting to me. I'm still new to Limbus Company, so there may be a lot about Gregor I haven't seen yet. But from what I've experienced so far, I don't think Gregor is indifferent. I think he's just learned how to act like he is.